Good morning, lovely. Happy Monday to you. It is the Monday following the football final on Sunday, in which Spain defeated England. So lots of unhappy people here in the UK. But if you're in Spain, I suspect you're still celebrating. So we're still continuing our deep dive into the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, which is just one of those books that people always talk about. So I thought, you know what, let's see what lessons we can take from this and how we might apply it to our own lives. So we are up to chapter 5 in the book now, and we're in a series of chapters that are all about what the cue is for your habit, the thing that the trigger, I suppose, for your habit. And we started off by making a list of all our current habits, good and bad, throughout the day. So that's kind of where we were up to on Friday. Let's see where it takes us now. Well, the first thing mentioned in this chapter is something that is super obvious. We've heard it a million times, but so often we don't do it. And it's about the fact that loads of studies have shown that the successful way to put habits in place is to make a plan beforehand about when and where you're going to act. And in the book, they call this implementation intentions. So, and the two most common cues that we want to focus on are time and location. So when this situation occurs, I will do that, basically. I know it sounds obvious, right? But so many of us say, yeah, I'm going to eat better food. And that's it. There's no kind of actual implementation that goes on or planning around it. So the studies show the people who make a specific plan about when and where they will perform their new habit are the ones who are most successful. Who are we to argue with all the plans, all the studies around this kind of thing? And so many people say that they lack motivation when it comes to putting in a new habit, but actually it's often that they lack clarity, like being really clear about when it's going to happen. And the beauty of having a plan is you don't have to wait for motivation to do it. You just follow the plan, right? I know I make it sound really easy. I know it's really challenging, but this is the theory that we are going to use. So for example, let's say you're trying to introduce meditation into your day, then I will meditate for 5 minutes at 7 o'clock in the morning in my kitchen. That would be how you kind of fit the formula. Or I will study Spanish for 20 minutes at 6 p.m. in my bedroom. So time and place and what you're going to do. And the idea is eventually, hopefully, you sort of almost at 7 o'clock in your kitchen, you almost have this urge to do the meditation because you've been doing it enough times that it becomes sort of part of your natural urges. Your mind and your body adapt to the fact that you're doing it at the same time every time. So the next thing that they mention in this chapter is one that I really love, and it's called habit stacking. You might have heard this mentioned before because it's probably one of the main things that people take away from this book. And it's the idea is that you attach your new habit to something that you're already doing. So after I pour my coffee each morning, I will meditate for 5 minutes at 7 o'clock in my kitchen. Or, after I get up in the morning, I'll put on my workout clothes. So you're getting up anyway. Your next thing might have been to get dressed into something else, but instead you're going to put on your workout clothes. And so inserting something into your list of habits that we looked at the other day. And over time, you can build bigger and bigger stacks of habits. I think it almost becomes like a yoga flow, right? So you do this one, and it leads to that one, leads to this one. And definitely I can tell you my days are better if I manage to have my yoga flow of habits in place. So practical steps that you can do. Look at that list that you've already made of your current habits and think about, where can I add a new one in? Where does it make sense to add it in? And think about putting it there. Now, I am very, I don't like having to make too many choices in my day, right? I like having a clear plan. So I have a Trello board. If anyone's used Trello, it's free. And it's just like a list, and I have all those habits. So that list of habits of what I do each day is kind of in there as separate cards in the Trello board. So I can add a new one in between. And honestly, I do have really basic things in there, like drink water, a glass one of water, take my vitamins, clean my teeth. I have them all in there. And I can't tell you that I use it every single day, but when I do, the day goes better. And then when I do the habit, I just move it to tomorrow, ready for tomorrow once it's done, and I just work my way through the day. So that is perfect for habit stacking. Apologies if you're hearing any noise. There's just a bit of stuff going on in the corridor. So think about that. If you're a Trello person and you want to have a list of your habits and see where things slot in, that might be one way of doing it. And maybe if you're not someone who has any habit stacking set up at all yet, maybe just think about the first 5 things you would like to do when you wake up, and put those 5 things into a flow, into a little habit stacking routine, and see, try that for a week. Just try doing those 5 things one after the other, so they become automatic to do them after it. So yeah, when I, after I put the kettle on, I'll do 10 squats. And once I sit down with my tea, I'll do 5 minutes of meditation while the tea cools, all that kind of thing, right? Just give yourself 5 things. Another thing that, again, this is maybe just me that does this, but sometimes when I'm lying in bed the night before, I actually imagine myself going through my morning routine for the next day. One thing, it makes me quite tired, so that's good, makes me go to sleep. But secondly, it just primes my brain for this is the plan for the morning. There's no getting out of it, right? No sleeping in, just get up, do the things in the order so that it becomes quite natural to me. And then you can build, once you've kind of got that first morning thing up, then you can build in some others throughout the day. Like I like doing things in 3s. I don't know, there's something about the brain that works quite well in 3s. So for example, when I get out of the shower, I wipe down the taps in the shower, I wipe the mirror, and I wipe the sink. 3 things. So all I'm thinking as I get out is, I've just got 3 things to do here. And then you can create more of those throughout the day in various times when you have your breaks or anything like that. So habit stacking, I think I've been doing it quite naturally for a while. So it's great to see it in here as an idea. So yeah, just see if you can start with one, like one set, like reps at the gym, something like that, for whatever it is that you are wanting to introduce into your day. All right, have a fabulous rest of the day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow with more Atomic Habits.